is Aussie Griffin here. Bit of a perfect storm for a video today. Mike Shanklin, with the Peace, Freedom and Prosperity Movement, voluntarists, who I've learned a lot from, I might add, even if it was just in abject study, did a video on defense and dispute resolution corporations, and the theory that they'd never go to war because there's not enough profit in it. And I also had my friend Celtic Hero 9, Richard O'Brien, ask me, with all my work on economics, how much is enough? And why hasn't society got that concept right yet? What a perfect storm. The real problem that has happened with anarchistic societies or groups or collectives or anything except a state, even though a bunch of corporations holding hegemonic monopolies, is basically a de facto state. Anyway, so what happens when a bunch of defense and dispute resolution companies get a get a taste for power? And the answer is that any society with a monopoly on force will lead to tyranny, because once you've got a monopoly on force, no one can oppose you. This is what I meant in a previous video when I said we've all got to be the bad guys sometimes. We've all got to be the cop, and we've all got to be the fire person, and we've all got to be the soldier. And that if that says to I don't want to put myself at risk. Yeah, that's meant to be a deterrent to war. Anyway, and the problem is, if you don't have any relative concept of what you're going to use all those resources or money or favors with other people, if that's all you want, then there is no such thing as enough. You never, if you can't visualize a finish line in a race, some people just keep on running. And some people don't run in a race to do well for themselves or to appreciate how well they can sprint for 20 meters or finish at 100 meters. Some people run and do whatever it takes to beat everybody else. Once again, sociopathy is a seemingly genetic recessive trait. Lord knows why it even exists in our species. That basically drive some people to hornswoggle everybody else into doing the wrong thing, just so they benefit. If you want to know when enough is in a society, in economics, in anything, in your life, and that's really what economics is a reflection of, believe it or not, you gotta know the playing field. You've gotta know what the whole situation is. And when the world itself is not enough, to coin a phrase from a James Bond movie, guess what? Yeah, that's right. It's never enough. Nothing is ever enough. And you you will wind up in a situation where you have screwed over everybody else, pardon my French, and it still isn't enough. And you'll look for new people to screw over because you're driven by the idea that someone might do the same to you someday. That's how sociopaths think. The reason they it's not just because they want the best for everyone. They want to go absolutely, unquestionably, unchallenged in everything. No exceptions. The minute if you gave them an entire star system under their command, they'd look at all the other stars and wonder who might be doing the same out there. If you gave them the universe, they'd look for the multiverse. If you made them into God, they'd wonder if the devil existed. And or if, you know, anyone could possibly become a god. This is what I'm saying with dispute resolution organizations. I don't buy it. I'm sorry, this is why I'm a minarchist. You need a central set of laws. It's like Solon said in ancient Greece, if you believe Solon existed. Without laws, men are not free. And this is what I believe is the real. I think this is where you have to draw the line with anarchy. You need a common set of laws, even if they're only guidelines. Okay, even if they're only principles. You need to have the same rules applying to everyone in the anarchy. If it doesn't, well, you know, one person's complaint might not be as equally valued as another, and then it becomes a case of gaming the system until you can do whatever you like by doing it when and wherever it's most effective. So yeah, perfect storm of videos today. When is there enough? Well, to someone who wants to create an army for hire that could eventually create a monopoly of force, clearly there isn't any such thing as enough. And to the rest of us, we need to know about our environment to know when we've got our own needs met and all our future possible foreseeable needs met. And once you've got that, do you really need any more? Anyway, some food for thought. I'm Aussie Griffin. This has been a response to both Mike Shanklin and Celtic Hero 9.